Okay, literally 10 seconds later. Right, we're going to pull these ones. Okay, I think this is further message, right? So challenge. Again, this is to do with Lisa moving forward and what she needs to know. So the first card that came out was challenge. Okay. All true soul connections involve challenges that can be overcome together. Now, if you've watched the first video, I am going to say that this is the relationship that was brought up in that video. That this was part of something that was always going to happen, and that now that there's been the transition, I think the realization is that they realize how much you did for your family, and that now they recognize that. But this was something that was it was part of the path that you were on. It was part of the path that you both were on. And it was a challenge. So then it brings up moment. Think of a special moment that brought you and your partner a lot of joy. Now, again, I don't know whether this is, again, that she's given you a message about there was something that she now realises what a good partnership you have. Or where she realises the support that you have given to your partner. Sorry, I've just said that, and then the next card's yes. Trust your intuition. So I don't know whether that's telling me, yeah, you're right, or it's telling you if you've had any inklings or you've had any sudden thoughts or dreams or anything that has given you a different perspective, or you felt that it was coming from her, then the answer is probably you were. Okay. And again, I think there's something more to this, past lives. We reunite with our loved ones over and over in different lives. So maybe, again, what this was saying is that, again, she now knows that this is something that the three of you have been involved in past lives. And maybe in the past life, it didn't end well. That it affected a past relationship. But this time there was a change, and she realises that this was the outcome that you needed. And then there's this last card, Spirit. Okay, your spirit is about to be sublimated. I've got no idea what that word means. If I figure it out, I'll put it in the reading afterwards. But I think this is kind of saying that you're having a bit of an awakening as well. I would say even to the point where, as I said, I've got a feeling there's been something in a dream or a thought that you've had that may actually connect to your mother-in-law. And maybe in a nicer way than you would have thought. So I'm not, well, as I said, I don't think this is quite the reading you were expecting. Certainly not the one I was. But, I mean, you read cards as well. Maybe you need to pull cards for yourself and see what comes through. And I wouldn't be surprised if you got a message. Anyway, nothing bad. I'm really happy to see how far you've come in the past couple of weeks. Think you're going to get your strength back, your mobility. I think you just need to harness that positivity that's around the energy in your chart. As I said, when we were looking at your chart yesterday, yes, I'm going to throw some astrology in here. You've got your Venus-Saturn conjunction being touched now by Chiron. Chiron's in, I'm pretty sure it's retrograde at the moment. And I think what that is going to do is it's helping you with the healing process. Now, I think we know that's going to be healing in a sense of coming out of surgery, but I think it's also asking you to heal the wound that was present in life, but which now you're being asked, with that person's apology, to let go, move forward, and use that in your own relationship and with your family. And with the skills that you've got, to now start thinking about how you really want to use them, how and where, and what you can do. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm sure we'll be talking about this. It's going to be very interesting to hear what you say, but I've had to go with what I felt I had to say. And as I said, I'm going to be interested to hear what you think. All right? Take care, chick. All right, bye.